Well, I know the boys for a long number of years, and I'm delighted now as Mayor of Letterkenny to pay a tribute to them on this occasion. I think they have, since they're come into being, they were probably at the time there was a vacuum there, and I think they have filled the vacuum for not alone for Letterkenny and Donegal, but the whole of the Northwest. They're a great bunch of fellas. They have a passion when they're playing their music like not many people have, and I think it comes natural to many of them. And I've no doubt there's a great future for these fellas. I wish them well, and wherever they prosper, and I've no doubt there's a great future ahead for them.
Gary that sings in the band, I'm married to his sister, twin sister, Jacqueline, and I was playing with the Cufflinks one night. We were off then, I used to go along and play with Gary with the bass guitar and the rhythm just in the pubs, and Jiggers, we got a gig in the downtown Letterkenny. It was, as Jimmy was saying there, 6 years ago today now, and myself and Gary decided we'd take the drummer with us that day. It was right size of a venue, and ever since that, that's really where the band, we kind of got the idea we should do this more often, because the crowd, was unreal, and we went down mighty,
Well, the Cufflinks were stuck for a fiddle player, so I joined them, and Paddy seemed to like what I was doing.
Well, the boys were recording their CD, and Paddy phoned me one night then, and he was interested in putting the banjo and the mandolin on the CD, and I says I would. And that stage I had left Spirit of Freedom, so I went on and put into the studio, did the mandolin, the banjo, and the CD for him. And then Gary kind of tortured me after that for, to join him, and kind of just went with him from there, and I'm here since.
Hughie, my uncle Hughie, kind of learned me the tips on the drums first, and my father then bought me a wee drum kit when I was 12 years of age for my birthday, and kind of messing about that there, and kind of getting the wee beats, rhythms and that kind of stuff going.
I just started at home. There was always a fiddle in the house, and started off really myself, and picked up bits and pieces, and then started to play with Kjolta's groups, and it was mostly all traditional music that I played.
Started off in the pubs myself when I was about 17, the guitar and 2 speakers and that. And I'd done that for about 9 years or so.
Well, I was kind of always into music all my life, From where I come from, home was a big Kjolta's area, Well, there was always a crowd about musicians about it. I was always, interested in music.
Father used to play the accordion, and the harmonica, and he was a good singer as well, so he was, My mother would be a good singer as well, so, that kind of way, so. And then my father's uncle then was a very good singer as well, so. Kind of came from that, alright, I would say,
Oh, Barney McKenna would be, followed Barney a lot, from the Dubliners there. I liked his style, and lots of people would say, I have his style, of the folk and ballads.
That's the only opportunity they had, they were taken to different venues, and they heard top musicians playing. So they picked up the tunes from that.
My father now would have been a big influence with me, with the music from a very small age. I think it was about 10, when I started playing the rhythm, it was hard, in the hands, but I just learned a few chords. Daddy would show me a few chords, and I just learned them. And Daddy used to always say to me, I was a quick learner. I would just, pick up wild quick, Class ourselves more as a ballad band, so we do a lot of ballads, over the night, with the banjo and fiddle, you can do some great ballads there, the old songs from years ago, people mightn't have heard of, but we're bringing them back out there, and with the drums and everything gives them that wee bit of a life, because years ago you would have hardly never had a ballad band with a drummer, it would have been all, instruments, traditional instruments, and we were kind of a mix between Celtic rock and ballads, I kind of write, If you see Aaron Jones advertised somewhere, you should know now what kind of music they're going to be playing. It's not in your face rebel music, but it's the old Irish stuff, and you have ballads mixed in it, you have tunes in on the fiddle and the banjo, and livened up with the drums and stuff like that.
Good folk and ballad songs, a bit of country and a bit of up-tempo stuff, and a lot of traditional music. And
if you couldn't tap your feet to that, you're not into music,
We mix it up a good bit, You'll notice here tonight there'll be people here in their 60s, probably 18 years of age.
Like we thought we wouldn't go down at all, like, but once we started, the place was going mad, like all 15 to 16, 17 year olds, like, and it really opened our eyes too that the young are mad about the music we're playing as well.
Oh, Paddy and them, the boys, brilliant. Very good.
My song I request, I know they can do it.
Since it became a five-piece, they've played all over Ireland, played England, Scotland and Wales. They went from strength to strength from then on. And everywhere they have played, they have packed the hall. We done a big gig one night out in the Clanry Hotel where we had 1,500 people in there and had to close the doors at the end up. The following of Aaron's Own was just something else.
Probably a big step for us going to London for a weekend, but we're all in the buzz about it because the five of us, you don't get a chance to get away when you're only going maybe half an hour down the road. Like, we're going to be away for 3 or 4 days together, and I think it'll be a great crack. Like, you know.
Oh, it's good. You get the hair standing the back of your neck, you know, when you see a big crowd like that and they enjoy it.
Sometimes, like, if you're playing 2 or 3 gigs a weekend and you're working, then, you know, it does be, you know, hard going, like, you know what I mean? It's unsociable hours, like, a lot of different people that work, you know, them kind of hours, like, you're getting home late at night.
It's not travelling, like, it's tiring, you know, and they're like, you must have a wee daughter, like, home, miss her, like, you know, and things like that, they're emotional out there, you know, but it was, like, you enjoy the crack, like, the boys too, you know, things like that there, and just good, love the band, like, love music, like, you just love playing, like.
And you'll look up at a band that's enjoying themselves. You'll not see 5 boys standing there and wishing they were somewhere else, like, because each and every one of us enjoy what we do, like, and we all get on. We're like brothers, a whole lot of us. My brother plays drums, but the rest of them, I would, you know, feel like they're my brothers as well. Because, like, as I said, we were in England there a couple of weeks ago, and there wasn't one wrong word, like, you know, said. That was our first time away together, like, you know, as a band, like. And I find that is a great bonus, like, you know, for us that we get on so well, like. Because if you're some member of the band that you don't like, or it just won't happen, like, it won't last, like.
They're easy work with them. Crack's good, and
You know, you do get a good buzz out of it, you know. Yeah, that's what it's all about, really.
we rehearse very little. Just go on stage and play the gig, and that's it.
Like, if someone does a new song, like, you might, you know, get together an hour, maybe some evenings, you know, and play over, maybe, or go to a gig maybe an hour or two earlier, like, and go over, like, get there. Like, not really rehearse that much, like, you know.
I think, you know, I suppose the more rehearsing you do, the more, like, you're going to get to kind of perfection. Like, every band will make an odd mistake during the night, you know, but we try, and if we get a song, one of the boys might have heard of a CD, and we all nearly would know it, and we just do our own bit to it, like, and we all just join in then, like. Because when me and Gary started, I knew all the stuff Gary was singing, and I just played along with it. We didn't have to practice, like, because I knew what he was doing.
The song's right. The song's right, and the night will be alright. You know, probably think about it before you go on the stage. But once you go on the stage and get the first song over, that's it.
Well, we probably would have good new visions for the band, alright. You know, this is a new venture for us here. Like, you know, we're thinking of doing another CD because our last CD was, you know, very successful in our own county, and plus it's still growing outside the country, like, and whatever, like. But this will be one plan, and then maybe for next year, like, might do a few bit more touring, like, you know, and not getting out of our own county altogether, but, you know, just moving into different areas and see how the band goes down. Because, you know, if you're playing somewhere where there's a lot of tourists, like, the band always goes down very well. Like, you never hear many complaints about the band, like. And that's what I like to feel, if you get out to a few different, even in Europe, like, you know, out to Sweden or somewhere like that, where you don't know how you would go down, like, so just a great experience, like, you know.
Well, hopefully that it'll go on from success to success. You know, if it carries on the way it has going, there's great demand for the band.
You know, Pat there's a good songwriter there, and I used to write a few, so we're mixing a few ideas together and trying to get our own song, you know.
All the boys want to go to America, like. We hear Pat was over there, like, and he says, like, it's just, like, unreal, like, you know, so we'd love to get a taste of that, like, see what it's like.
I would like to go to America with this band, you know, because I've been there, I know what it's like, and I know the boys would enjoy it, you know. It's completely different atmosphere, you know.
If you're going out there, you need to do 2 or 3 months, you know, when you're out, because it's so far away or whatever, like. But, like, we've been in contact with a few different people with the Irish Festival and stuff in the summer, like, you know, so hopefully we will get over there, like, but I would say for the likes of us, like, we would just go down and like, over there, like.
But everybody that I talk to and everybody follows them has the most great respect for them, and the fellas themselves are nothing more than gentlemen, you know.
You know, I enjoy most, you know, whatever is involved in music. Like, you know, even the boys there be complaining back in the van, you know, at the end of the gig you do be tired, like, you know, and, you know, but I find if you just get stuck on it as soon as you're finished, more or less, and get it out the door, like, it's, you know, it's half the battle. Like, if you go for a couple of pints and then the gear's still there, you know, it's so much harder to get it out then.
We always kind of chill out with a pint after the gig, like, and have a bit of crack, talk about the night, and you always have the odd straggler of the audience that joins you for the crack too, like, you know, and just wind down that way, like, and after we get the van packed up, of course. That's the worst bit.
We would like to have a roadie.